we all of a sudden have a situation that happens in Mexico which kind of throws a spark into the whole process that's going on. And we have a lot of people in Mexico City that are coming down with swine flu, and they don't realize it, but they're also getting this breakdown of sludge in the body, and that's mixing with what they're getting in the way of flu from situations in Mexico. The two main situations in Mexico that are causing the problem is these cells slough off, and a particular viral problem in Mexico, which is caused by people drinking water that's been tainted by refuse and human bodies that have been buried in the ground, which is reaching the groundwater, and people, without realizing it, are using that water for different purposes. It gets on the body. Some of it can be just wastewater. Some of it is drinking water that has some of this in it. And so, without realizing it, Mexico does have in its water system some problems which are quite severe. Those particular problems from refuse and dead bodies being in the ground and being in the waste, and actual plots of dead bodies now today from what's happening politically in Mexico, is creating a real serious water situation with Mexican people. The consequence of that is that they have a combination of flu from that water, flu poisoning from the water, and also a mixing of that sludge from the waste that's caused from the evolution of the body, which is quite severe. And I've been through that process myself, so I'm fully aware with what that amounts to. So this is what's happening here in the world. And at this particular time, we have a scare in Mexico which is coming onto the world, and the world is sort of going through a waking up of this coughing and spitting and temperature rising and tiredness of the bodies from the evolution. And so the answer to most of this is to help the body release the flu, the phlegm and the conditions that are caused by evolution. At the same time, treat the water everywhere, but mostly, particularly in Mexico, with something that purifies the water. Now, the simplest form that you can use to help this process is taking 1 or 2 aspirins a day. That may sound kind of humorous to some people, or silly, or insignificant, but the truth is, if people in Mexico were all drinking water has an aspirin in it and has gotten into the water, it pretty well diminishes what kind of poisoning is coming from the water. So I'd recommend people in Mexico do that. At the same time, we have people in the United States who've been down to Mexico, come back with some of that mixed situation. And we also in America, we have many people today with a cough and a little sickness kind of thing, which is just trying to get rid of this excess cell stuff that's in the body. It mainly collects in around the stomach and in around the lungs. When it collects around the lungs, it gets kind of like caught in the lungs. We spit it out from the lungs in chunks, and we call that phlegm. So be careful of that situation and help yourself with that. The other thing I wanted to mention, since I'm doing this at the same time, to be aware that we're going through this severe psychological situation in the United States, where we have a sort of political, you're the bad guy, I'm the good guy thing from political parties in the United States, and people who are having difficulty getting money. There's a great deal of anger and that kind of thing at the same time. And I would sort of give you a warning that that particular energy raises, actually physically, raises the body to a higher temperature, which makes you more susceptible to this situation. And as we go along here, we're actually coming into some time which is quite crucial. It has to do with 2012 and the shift in 2012, which has a great deal to do here. But in 2011, we'll really get the impact of that, because we'll get a lot of denseness and darkness in 2011, which will really be the sort of the kickoff of what is happening in 2012. But I want to share with you this part about the swine flu and the false bug, which is the phlegm that's caused by this evolutionary process, so that we can lighten up. We can get not scared of a pandemic situation. There is no pandemic situation. Actually, this evolutionary process is happening to everyone in the world, not just here in the United States, not just in Mexico. It's happening everywhere. It's been going on now since the year 2000. Some areas of the world are already past it, but the United States and everything west, everything pretty much west of the western states in Europe, the western countries in Europe, are still involved in this wasting of the cells in the body. So take that into consideration and tell all your friends that the swine flu bug is just a scare that's unnecessary and shouldn't be caught up in it. One other little tip for you is that if you're in the habit of brushing your teeth with a stiff brush and you cause your teeth to blood, you're opening yourself up to difficulty, because that's the quickest way that the flu bug gets into the system, is from drinking water and into the gums of your mouth if you've abused them with a stiff brush. So buy yourself a soft brush and take care of your teeth and take care of your body. And thank you for listening.